Welcome back to CryptosRus. I am George. We're all George. Today, we have some official Fed numbers about payrolls and also about unemployment, which both came in worse than expected, way worse than expected. So in August, apparently, we only added 22,000 jobs, okay? That is way under than the estimate of 75,000. It's less than half of the estimate, which shows that, yeah, there's just not a whole lot of people finding jobs right now. It's difficult. Employers are just not hiring. And not only that, unemployment ticked up to 4.3%. And it was like 4.2%. So bottom line is there's more people out of work right now and less people getting hired. So why is that good news? Well, it's good news if you're an investor. It's not good news if you're just like an average Joe looking for a job, obviously. That's not good news. But for investors, it's good news because that is like the green light to look. Oh my God, that jumped huge. That's a green light for not only confirming 3 rate cuts, but we now have, this is what I've been talking about, a 50 basis point percentage come up for this month. It was just at 2%. Now it jumped up to 16%. So it's a 100% lock that we will get something, but now it's 84% for 25 basis point cut, 16% for 50 basis point cut. And if we don't get that 50 basis point cut, it doesn't really matter because in October, it's already priced in or baked in, I should say, 70% for a cut, and December, we're at 65%. So today's numbers basically gave the green light to the Fed, like you're going to cut, and you're going to cut now, and you're going to cut later, and you're going to cut more. That's basically the bottom line. That's why markets are green. That's why Bitcoin and crypto, both green. These are all fantastic stuff. Fantastic stuff. And you know, yesterday, I made a big deal about my video last night because it was just really stupid. Yesterday, crypto should have gone up too because yesterday markets went up. The reason why it didn't go down was really stupid because the U.S. exchange, NASDAQ, wants to impose more rules against crypto companies that have treasuries. It's not their place. It really isn't. The SEC is now coming out saying that they want to ease crypto regulation, like the bad parts, and also create good parts, like good frameworks for companies and brokers and exchanges to follow. In fact, they're the ones with the CFTC that says, hey, stock exchanges in the US, or just exchanges in general, because there may not just be stocks in the future. They're the ones that said, hey, we're going to allow these guys to offer spot Bitcoin, ETH, and others. So they're the regulators, not NASDAQ. And NASDAQ doing what they did yesterday was what brought down crypto, and it should have never happened. So again, I'm waiting for the SEC to give NASDAQ a call and say, you guys need to stop it. That's not your place to do. We set the rules, right? When it comes to these kind of safeguards and stuff. So I don't know. Anyways, today things came back up. It's early. Let's see where things head. Yesterday, if you look at the Bitcoin inflow for ETFs, all red. It was a negative day, negative 222 million, except BlackRock. BlackRock's like, we're not going to follow. We are going to buy when others are panic selling. ETH, same thing. ETH, you had every fund selling except BlackRock. Although BlackRock did have a massive outflow the day before, they pretty much made up for it by buying it all back. Right? So that's a good sign, a good reversal sign that BlackRock is coming back in, because you had 2 days of zero and then a massive outflow day. But then, we reversed with a good massive inflow day. So that's good. So this is good. We're recovering from yesterday. And, these things happen all the time, right? Wall Street gets scared. They're very reactive. They're trying to digest any little bit of economic data or news that comes out. But those of us that understand, we are not frightened. We continue to hodl and DCA, right? Sora Ventures out of Taiwan that just announced a $1 billion treasury fund. So that's pretty big. That's B with a billion. And initial capital and commitment of $200 million from institutional partners from around Asia. That's pretty big, right? Again, if you understand, you understand. You don't get frightened away by some FUD. You continue to move forward, right? Let's see. There are some that are selling though, right? We know that. Some of the whales from Satoshi era have been moving. But why is that? Why are they selling? Well, a lot of them are selling because, and this has never happened before. They're selling because they're buying ETH. And it could be because they understand that altcoin season is around the corner and they may be looking for a little bit more gains, right? So even though we do have some big Bitcoin whales selling, okay, it's for good reasons, I guess, sort of. They're not selling because they're cashing out. They're selling because they're buying ETH with that. But the way they do it is kind of weird. A lot of them don't do OTC market. They do it on big exchanges. And they cause a lot of volatility. But regardless, again, those of us that understand, we will continue to hodl and DCA pretty much forever to protect ourselves from nasty inflation, from economic policy, from all the stuff that we talk about every day, the debasing of dollars or any fiat currency for that matter, right? And all the shenanigans that countries and politicians do. This is why we hold Bitcoin. Bitcoin breakout brewing, yes. We just had to get past what we're going through right now. There's no reason to believe that Bitcoin has topped out. We got a long ways to go. Although when I say long ways to go, there's only 3 months left of this year.